Okay, everybody, yes, it's still me, Gregory Mannarino. Good morning, by the way. You know what? Thank all of you. I really mean that. Thank you. Uh, those of you who see me kind of losing it a little bit here, yeah, this stuff does get to me. There's no doubt about it. I try to, you know, be humorous about it, but if I don't do that, I really will go cuckoo. Anyway, so let's talk. Wednesday, did I say that? October 20th, 2021. Here's a story right now, people. If you want to have a laugh or two, turn on Fox Business, CNBC, Bloomberg, any one of these things. And this is the narrative. We will now, they're admitting this, be experiencing persistent and sustained inflation moving forward. Goldman Sachs, the Wall Street super bank, yesterday, yeah, well, they said this too. They are so far behind the curve. Not just the Wall Street banks, who obviously, they have their own agenda here, but the propaganda ministry, they're always telling you to look in the wrong spot. I've explained to all of you since a long time, and you know this for yourself anyway. The whole narrative from the Federal Reserve about transitory, it's going to go away, was fake from the get-go. But let me ask you, while we're talking, do you believe they're going to be held to account? Is any one of our caring, loving representatives going to call the Fed to account here? This has been a big lie since the get-go, and they knew that. The Federal Reserve, you have to understand this. This is their goal, to inflate, and inflate some more. So do you believe for a moment they didn't see this coming? Of course they did. They knew it. It was baked in. It was baked in. The Fed wants to create inflation via their mechanism of issuing epic sums of debt here, creating cash out of thin air, funneling dollars around the world. You're not supposed to know this stuff, okay? But this is a fact. Now these dollars are, they're coming back home, and we're starting to see inflation. It's economics 101. So you're trying to tell me, anyone out here, that the Fed was not aware of what they were doing and they continue to do it? They're still running their inflation creation machine. There's no end in sight, token taper or not. But the narrative here again today is, completely contrary to what we have been sold, okay, as a big lie by the Federal Reserve. Persistent, sustained inflation. But what they're not telling you, okay, and this is, I guess, a big secret that I warned about from weeks ago, we're about to get hit with a much larger wave. A much larger wave of inflation. You're not being allowed to know this. And, with that said, let me move on a minute here. There's a lot of people, again, my email box lights up like a Christmas tree every morning, and my eyeballs explode out of my head. And they are of the belief that even if the Fed does a token taper, it's going to melt down the market. Again, look, I don't know where people are getting this information from. I know there's a lot of YouTube channels out here with people who, are supposed to be financial experts or whatever they are. No, they're not. Most of these people are out here. They have no idea whatsoever, not even a clue of how the market actually works. And I'm going to tell you how it really works. So we understand that, yes, it looks like there's going to be some kind of a token taper coming up. The market is already anticipating this. It's baked in, and yet the market right now continues higher. People, like I said yesterday, we are an eyelash away from new record highs in this market. So here's my take on it. When, okay, I think it's going to happen relatively soon, there is a token taper, which will mean nothing. It will not stop inflation. In fact, inflation is going to get much, much worse. That's the big secret you're not supposed to know. But when this happens, I would not be surprised at all to see this market put on a reasonably substantial gain, because it's already baked in. And what did we hear from the Fed? This is what they said regarding the taper. Oh, we're willing to, change it around, flip it around. We're data dependent. I mean, people, we've been hearing the same dog shit narrative for the longest time. I can't stress to you enough, really, and you got it already. I know you do. what a despicable, vomitous, you know how much I love that word, hideous, evil organization the Federal Reserve is. There's nothing worse than the Federal Reserve. They are sincerely public enemy number one. Public enemy number one. Look what they're doing to us, people. Look at what they're doing. And they're never going to be held to account in any way, shape, or form. It's unbelievable. You know, it was recently revealed the trades that Jay Powell was making. Did you catch this? He was obviously insider trading millions of dollars. Okay, he's still sitting there. He's still sitting there as the Fed chairperson. You think he's going to be in handcuffs anytime soon? How about no? Oh, he's untouchable. I tell you, people, it's, maybe he'll, resign. I doubt it. I don't know. It's so twisted, people. It really, really is. Anyway, let's go back to the market. So right now, as I am doing this video blog, it looks like the market is slated for a slightly lower open. The MMRI, about 95 here, dollar flat, 10-year yield slightly lower here. Crude oil lower by about 1%, $82 a barrel. It's going higher, you know that. Gold and silver catching a nice bid. Bitcoin right now is just about at its all-time record high. It's going to surpass this. I think we all know that. Cryptos in aggregate are moving higher on the back of the surge here with Bitcoin. That this was no surprise to any of you, despite all the people who have no clue. Again, there are a lot of people who think they understand the market, they understand cryptocurrencies, and they understand this whole twisted thing, and they're going to tell you that Bitcoin's going to zero. All they've done is put you on the wrong side of this equation for quite a long time. And to those of you, honestly, who have been following my calls with Bitcoin, to say the least, well, you could not possibly have done better. That's the truth. Way back when I said to buy this stuff, it was only a few $1,000s. I told you to buy it again at 5,000. I told you to buy it again at 10,000. I told you to buy the recent dip at 41,000. It's 64,000 people. It's going higher. My calls on Bitcoin have been staggeringly accurate, and they're going to continue to be so. Again, ignore these people who think they understand what's going on, okay, who have an opinion, okay? My opinion is based on hardcore research, okay? I'm not just pulling this stuff out of a hat, all right? I study this stuff literally in my sleep, around the freaking clock, and that makes me, insane. I think you all know that. With this market, people, like I said, it's going higher, even with the token taper. In fact, like I said, it's baked in. It's baked in. The market's anticipating it, which means when it happens, the market's probably going to go higher off of that. As our economy, what did the Fed say yesterday? We're on the verge of contraction. No, we're not on the verge of contraction. Our economy is free falling with regard to its debt to GDP ratio. We are contracting our economy at a staggering pace. Henceforth, why we keep getting round after round after round of bad economic news. And people are hurting. People are hurting, and they're hoarding. They're dumping these dollars, people. And the mainstream media is trying to play this up as, in fact, it was just today, this morning again, and yesterday after the market closed. Oh, look how people are spending dollars. Duh. They're dumping these things because their purchasing power is evaporating. And what they won't tell you, yet again, is something I explained to you. And just read a history book. Whenever we have inflation like this, we see the same phenomenon repeat over and over and over again. People want out. They want out of their fiat currency that's evaporating. You gotta be nuts. You gotta be nuts, or high as a kite, or something. Okay, to be wanting to continue to hold dollars here. And with regard to the Dixie people, there seems to be a big confusion over this, because I see what you write, even in my chat room. Okay, on my website, traderschoice.net, free to everybody. There were people talking about dollar strength. The dollar, its relative value, and that's what the Dixie, the DXY shows. This is its relative value, looking at other currencies as well. But look around you. Do you see what's going on? Are you paying attention? The dollar is evaporating. No surprise to you. I explained this to you since literally time immemorial. All right, people, look, this video is getting kind of long. I like to keep these morning ones short because I'm so busy in the morning. All right, people, look, this guy honestly loves all of you, and I thank you again for your thoughts. And I know some of you are praying for me to stay sane, and I'm trying. No promises. I really may end up in a padded room, and I know some of you said you'll come visit me, and I'm looking forward to that. Those little whispers through the door. Hey, Greg, are you okay? What? You okay? Yeah. I'll see you later.